Hi, Karen.
Hi, Jackie.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been too long since we last got together.
I know we've tried, attempted to bring people back into the fold in some news, but stuff happens.
Yes, scheduling, COVID.
Definitely.
Yeah, and more scheduling. And then, of course, there's a few health issues going on. So between our teams. So yeah, so it's been a little bit difficult. But I'm glad to see you.
Well, I am most glad to see you, but you've got some, if we're talking about health, you've got some news for us.
Yes. So I just give a little background story. This summer, my partner and we enjoy going to the mountains with our horses. As we do every summer, I had a little bit of a horse wreck. My horse slipped just coming down a little embankment, at which time I come off and I landed chest first on a large slab of mountain rock. I was hurt, knocked the wind out of me, got up like a big cowgirl and climbed back on and rode the hour out back to camp. Packed up camp and came home. I knew I had to see a doctor, but I wanted to see a local doctor. So we drove all the way back to our community of Innisfree, and I went to a local hospital where I had x-rays, and that revealed I had broken ribs. I had a lot of bumps and bruises and was very sore. As anybody knows who's had broken ribs, it is painful. Got through that. The bruises went away. One bump went away, one didn't. And so I sought out help from my physician, and he informed me that I was overdue for a mammogram. I had just turned 50, and I thought, this is a real slap in the face. I just turned 50, and now you're telling me I'm old. And he said, no, mammograms can take place anytime around 45 years old. So booked me for a mammogram. And so I went, and I had a follow-up ultrasound about a week later, which they suggested I needed a biopsy. So they scheduled me for the next day in the city for a biopsy. They did 4 biopsies, sent them away. And that was a Thursday. And by Monday, my doctor had the results, called me in Tuesday morning to reveal that I did, in fact, have breast cancer. So it's not a good feeling. Nobody wants to hear it.
No.
So, so he said that he was going to send me to the fast track team. And I thought, okay, you hear the stories of people waiting months to see a surgeon in order to get things rolling. It was about 5 days later that I had a call from the Comprehensive Breast Care Clinic in Edmonton to set a date for me to meet the surgeon. And so we did that and kind of got the lowdown on it. It is grade 1, stage 2 breast cancer. Mine is invasive ductal carcinomas, which is breast cancer of the milk duct. The good thing is my cancer is very lazy and slow growing. And so it is bigger since I was diagnosed, but it is a lazy cancer. So I'm very fortunate that way. So when they say fast track team, I didn't realize it was that fast. So I'm very fortunate. Some people wait a lot longer. And I'm also very fortunate it's only stage 2. So, and very treatable.
That waiting, though, you said, and a lot of people that I know have had to wait for a very long time, or what seems an eternity. And you had to wait, you said 5 days. What were your feelings during that time?
Well, I just assumed the waiting was horrible, not knowing. And in those 5 days, it seemed like eternity, but it was only 5 days. Some people wait much, much longer. But it was terrifying. And like all you really do is you sit around and you think, and you get inside your own head, and it can drive you crazy. So I opted to stay busy. I went to work. I acted like nothing was going on. And I'm not going to lie, there was some breakdown moments, but I am fortunate. I have a really good support team. So I have an amazing family, amazing partner, amazing friends. So some people don't have all that. And I have an amazing medical team that's helping look after this problem. So I now am scheduled for surgery on November 28th. So I'll go in the day before to have an injection to help them find the lymph nodes under my arm, of which they're going to take out 3 to 4 sentinel lymph nodes, they're called. and send that away for more testing. They're pretty confident that this is such a lazy cancer that it hasn't progressed into my lymph nodes. So they're still going to just send them away just to be sure as a precautionary. So, and then about 5-6 weeks later, after I'm healed up pretty good, I'm going to have to go for radiation. I'm fortunate that I do not have to have chemotherapy.
Definitely.
Yes, and then just a lumpectomy. That's all I'm going to be having. So I get to keep the girls.
Well, and you were saying to us off the air that you have noticed the difference in size even from
Yes.
your month ago when you found out.
Yes, it felt like about the size of a marble, I want to say. And now it's 4 centimeters, so it's grown quite a bit. I know some of the tissue around it is irritated. So, but yeah, it is bigger, but still contained, they figure. So
Karen, I mean, we want to wish you the best, of course, through all this. But what do you want to do with this information? Like, why are you telling people it's a very public thing about a very private matter?
Well, I never ever thought this would happen to me. This is not in my family. I don't have people in my immediate family that have cancer of any kind, let alone breast cancer. And so I never bothered checking myself physically. And it just didn't dawn on me that this would ever happen. And so when this happened, the horse accident, I began rubbing my sore spots because I was sore. And that's the only reason why I felt this, and it didn't go away. And I worried at the time, like, what if this is cancer? And so when I got the diagnosis, I asked the surgeon, is this a result from the horse accident? He said, no, it's the horse accident that caught this. So I don't want people to stumble on this, because if I didn't have that horse accident, I might not have ever found this until it was too late, and it was far more progressed. So I just want people to know, check yourself, have a mammogram done. Don't bury your head in the sand. So yeah, it's not something to fool with. So yeah.
I would think that because you've committed to telling us, that you're prepared to give us updates along the way.
For sure. So I knew nothing about this. Like I say, it wasn't in my family. I didn't have to understand any of it. So when I went in and got diagnosed, I had to do a lot of research. And I don't want people to stumble their way through it. So there's a lot of scary times when you don't know what's going to happen at that appointment. So I want people to watch my story, and should, for some unfortunate reason that they have this disease, they'll have an understanding of what they can expect, because it is a process. And fortunately, from what I understand, my process is going to be relatively simpler than many people. But I don't want them to be like me and bury your head in the sand and just think it's never going to happen to me. So yeah, watch my story.
Thank you, Karen. And we will. We wish you the best at the end of the month when you got your surgery. And yeah, we're going to look forward to your positivity through this all, which I know that's not always easy, but to keep us informed.
For sure. Yeah, and I thank all my supporters who've stood by me through all of this so far and who are soldiering right beside me. So thank you, everybody.
And we'll keep you occupied.
Yes. So thanks, Jackie.